because there's a lot of those too who are going to be like, all right, and now she got to open it to put out something now. And she's been a writer.
She had a better opening if she had left it on Beyonce's song, because I would have played her stuff just because I heard it on Beyonce's song. But the fact that she came out and did this, and I'm like, I don't want to hear none of your shit. None of it.
I like Milkshake. And she bringing something hard like Milkshake again. I'll listen to it.
Look at here.
Good music is good music. You still listen to R. Kelly?
Let me ask you a question.
Did you answer that question?
Milk, I'm lactose intolerant, girl.
Do you still listen to R. Kelly?
Your milkshake is making me lactose. I thought you could
separate the artist
milkshake
from the...
I did, and that's why I was willing to listen to her voice on Beyonce's album.
But you didn't have a problem with it until you heard
So now that Beyonce took it off, I don't have to.
Here's the scenario.
Okay, hold on. Would I have listened to it even though this controversy came out if her voice was on it? Yes. Is that what you're asking?
No, what I'm asking is, in comparison, that you said when we talk about the R. Kelly, you can separate the artist from the issue, right? So there's an issue with Beyonce. Kelis was on it. She mad about it.
She's no longer on it.
She's no longer on it. So, and now you're saying, I don't want to listen to her music anyway.
Okay, so first of all, if I were a fan of hers, then I probably could listen to it. But I didn't even know her name. I didn't even know her name until Beyonce.
You definitely did not know her name.
But
you know it now.
I don't even know it today. Okay.
What's her name? What's her name?
Look what Mr. Wonderful says. She's dead to me.
What's her name though? What's her name? Pronounce.
Dead to me. That's her new name. Dead to me. Welcome to another episode of Diva Court.
Yes, now.
I'm your host, Marcia Mignot, and with me is my co-diva,
Tire/Smith.
Yes, she can wear that one. She can wear that one. At least she got the Smith on it, so y'all know where to send the letters.
I get good letters.
Oh, well, I'm glad you get letters. I don't get any. Who are they from, your husband?
Yes, it is. You did a great show today, babe.
Thank you. We're not responsible for the things she's going to say. Just like that.
You was off the chain last week, so we might need to say
wow.
We're not responsible for what you gonna say.
Nor do we believe half or 100% of what she's going to talk about.
I mean, if 2 out of 3 of us believe in it, then maybe you're not the one who's right.
And two is in her head.
I do hear this voice in our head. It sounds like a man, and I think we call him Mr. Producer.
Okay, so there's 3 in her head. 2 and the producer. We don't own the rights to any of the topics we're going to talk about. Nor do we want to purchase them, so please do not send an invoice.
And hopefully, Marcia will be on her best behavior this week.
Wow. Marcia's always on her best behavior because this show is for edutainment purposes only.
I love that transition you just did. That was cool.
Hey. Please look for our episodes every Wednesday where this baby has to be spanked off camera, okay? Because we don't want anybody to see it. Find us every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
You can Google us.
And don't forget to look for our videos each week on YouTube, where we push them out for you. Don't forget, listeners, tune in on YouTube and check out the videos so that you can see how the voices look.
The voices?
Yes, our voices.
That makes sense. I was thinking about dresses, but...
Oh, she's thinking about all the other voices in her head. You won't see those on the video.
She already starting, y'all. She already starting.
You won't see the voices in her head on the YouTube videos, but you will see the ones coming out of our mouth.
I'm just going to apologize for her behavior.
Oh, at the gate?
At the beginning. The beginning.
She needs to apologize for her behavior before the beginning, okay? In the beginning, there was her conduct.
Oh, I thought she was about to cite some Genesis.
No,
it is.
Genesis, the Hyundai one? Okay. That's the only Genesis she knows about.
I guess if you gonna be a monkey, be a gorilla. Shout out to Redman.
Oh my God. I'm gonna move on. This episode is sponsored by Cutie Nails and Spa in Midtown. Cutie Nails and Spas offering manicures.
Yes.
Pedicures.
They do those.
Facials.
Get it done.
And lashes. Enjoy a spa experience and let a team of cuties take care of you.
I thought we changed the ad to let the harem of cuties take care of you.
We
You gotta say, take care of you.
We're not bombarding Cutie Nails and Spa with harem seekers. Okay.
Are they called Harambees?
No, they're going to be called jailhouse prisoners if they go down there fooling with those folk.
As long as they don't be calling to come in a shooting.
Yeah, that's my problem. Okay.
That's
So
true.
if you go to Cutie Nails,
There are
please
no harems
be
at the
respectful.
Cutie
There's no
Nails.
harems there. So harem seekers, go somewhere else, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Beyonce pushes out a nice album. Renaissance is on the floor, and we're dancing some more.
Did you like it?
Clubbing. I don't like all of it, but I like some of it.
What was your favorite one?
What's the one called? You can't take my joy. Or you can't take my peace.
Oh, you talking
Oh,
about
I'm
the
sorry.
one-
That's a gospel song.
I know which one you're talking about. The one that sounds like that song.
You
Everybody,
can't
everybody,
break
everybody,
my
everybody,
soul.
Oh, see, you can't take my joy. You can't break my soul. Oh, I'm sorry. That's still
Yeah,
gospel.
But that's the one that sounds like everybody.
It don't sound like that to me.
That's
In the background, you think?
what it. That's the. She was just doing a tribute to everybody, huh?
Well, everybody is now saying thank you to her because some of the black women that she called out and called them queens and gave a positive vibe to them are now tweet. Lizzo was one on the list, and I think Jill Scott was one on the list, and they were so excited that the Queen Bee mentioned them and talked about how great they are. So some people are happy. One person who's not happy with Beyonce regarding this album is Kelis.
We just not gonna respect her name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kelis.
Kelis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kelis. I couldn't pick that up
You know
from
what?
Kelis.
How is it that you get on my head about Kamala, but when we talking about Kelis,
That would be Kamala.
oh,
Thank you.
I thought I was right.
Because she's vice president, and I respect
would've-
her.
I'd like you to just.
I thought we just respected black people's names. I thought that was the thing.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm trying to respect Kamala.
Wow, you say her name wrong.
Listen, in my head, I'm like, you saying it right now, girl. Give her the props that she deserves. And I'll be like, Kamala. But it's literally Kamala.
It's Kamala.
Oh, shit.
It's Kamala
I
Harris.
can't. She should just
Kamala
change her name.
Harris.
Change it. Or just spell it the way it looks.
What if I called you Dinah?
Spell it the way it looks.
Or spell it the way it sounds. Phonetically.
Hey, we already talked about hooked on phonics
Phonetically.
and how it wasn't
Spell it
hooked
the
up
way-
to any phonics
It sounds.
in some of these prior.
Phonetically. She can spell it Kamala, right? Because I'm looking at COMMALA.
Wow.
Kamala. I
Why
can
does
say
it
that.
have to be a C?
Because I could have spelled it CALM.
Well, you could have spelled it K because
M-A-L-A.
Kelis, how you could say Kelis, has the same k.
When I'm thinking Kelis, I think kite. For the K sound, it's the letter of the day.
But K and thank you, Sesame Place.
No, let me be the count.
It's the letter of the. We can't do that, huh? Let's not.
No, I'm pretty sure.
We can say that. It's the letter of the day.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
it.
letter of the day.
Yeah,
It's the
twice, 2 bars. Thank you.
letter. Okay. All right. Shout out to Sesame's Place.
You know what? We used to learn
We
from
did.
Sesame Street. But let's see if we can
Obviously,
learn
Beyonce
something.
learned from Sesame
No,
Street.
Beyonce learned a lesson from trying to do something that she thought was business wise and that, in my opinion, would have benefited Kelis.
You said it right.
You said
first
it right
time.
the
You-
first time.
Kelis.
You try to disrespect her the second time.
Kelis.
Bitch.
Okay.
That's how you said it.
Okay,
Don't
so
you forget it.
here's the story. The story is the song came out. My milkshake was a sample in the song, and you could hear Kelis's voice in the song. If I am Beyonce, my mindset is this can't be something bad. This must be something good, because the people who own that portion that I played were consulted and were compensated accordingly before the song was released. So the person whose voice is in the song sold their voice to someone however many years ago, and now want to complain that Beyonce, as a courtesy, professionalism, which I didn't find in the comments from Kelis, would have required Beyonce to contact her and say, hey, I think I want to give you some writer's credit and some stuff and ownership and help you make some money off this song, although you sold it and you don't own it. I am on the side of Beyonce, and I would have done exactly what Beyonce did, which is remove her voice from the song. Play the beat and take the words and the voice out.
Whose hand is in your pocket? Is it the BeyHive? Listen, I get the legalities of it all.
So let's break it down for the listeners. Let's start with the legalities. What's your opinion regarding the legalities? Because we're Diva Court.
But we are also Divas.
Okay, so we're going to do the Diva last and the court first. Okay? So, starting with the court.
That should be one of our taglines. We are Divas.
Before court.
Before court.
And then court.
After
So let's
the
have
Divas.
court first so we can go to the Divas.
Okay. I thought you just explained
Starting
the
with court.
part.
Let's start with court. Because I want to hear your take regarding, because you did say the word legality.
Yeah.
So let's start with the court part.
Right.
Does Kelis own...
Why you be just dragging her name?
Oh, I'm
Put
sorry.
some speck on her name.
How do I spec it? Kelis?
Put some
You're
spec.
saying it right.
Kelis.
She just doesn't enjoy
Saying
the
it
way
correctly.
you're saying it correctly.
I don't like the way you saying it right. Put some speck on her name.
Kelis. Okay.
It's the longest name ever for 4 letters.
Kelis. Did she or did she not sell her rights to the portion of the song that was played? What is your take regarding that first? Give me your opinion
So,
regarding the legality.
My opinion is this. So I'm going to give you I understand.
Give me the court opinion and then give me the
court opinion
diva.
is you didn't read the paperwork. You signed away your rights.
Wait, you making excuses? Just give me the facts first.
The facts is that you had a verbal agreement with someone.
Who is you?
Kelis.
Now you changing her name.
Kelis had a verbal agreement with Pharrell and the other guy.
Wait. Did they have a written one too?
Are you going to let me talk?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll fix it, listeners. I'll clean it up for you.
Kelis had a verbal agreement with Pharrell and the other guy who I'm not really sure what his name is. But
Allegedly.
he's the other guy.
Hugo.
And they had what they came up with was a 33 split. So when the paperwork is drafted, she didn't check. She should have checked. She didn't check. But I'm going to let you do your legal stuff because I'm not going to step on your toes.
No. Go to the
But-
court side. Tell me what you think about the
in
court side.
my
Because there are
head, is
listeners.
there's like
Hold
a
on a second.
meeting-
There are listeners out there that have your position, and I don't want to discount that. I want those listeners to hear their
Yeah.
position expressed.
So in my head, if we have a meeting of the minds, I guess it should be reflected in the contract. But if we have a meeting of the minds, and when it's time, because this just didn't start. This been a problem for a long time. So this has been.
But the problem excluded Beyonce.
It didn't.
Okay.
It did not include Beyonce.
Okay.
So this has been a problem for a long time that she has been going back and forth. So in my head, like if we had a meeting of the minds and we all agreed to this and we all are doing a team thing, and then you give me the paperwork and I'm like, all right, I'm young. Everybody know, and then because you black, it's just already like it's just like in the rap game, like the rappers were getting just disrespected. Everybody was just getting dogged in the music industry. So when we as a people step up and become the people who create the contracts to make sure these contracts are right. Why are we dissing our own people like that? It shouldn't be no games. Like, if this is what we agreed to, let it be that. And if you know these girls is young, these guys are young, and so they not reading this stuff. And so with the meeting the mind, she signed this paperwork. She signed paperwork that obviously didn't meet the mind. And so she's being held accountable for what she signed. And it's not like Pharrell went out here and said, I never said that. He didn't say that. It's just, it is what we going by the paper. It is what it is. And I just feel like that's kind of shiesty. And so, I mean, I get it. Legally, she don't have a foot to stand on. But on my side, it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. That's what I'm saying.
So my take on that position is bullshit. And the reason I say it's bullshit, and I'm not even going to mince words today, is because when individuals are trying to engage in the entertainment industry and they're at the beginning stages of a career, they do a lot of things that they know are not necessarily in their best interest, right? They have read them. It's been read to them if they can't read, and then they sign up for it. But they sign up for it because at that time, it made sense to them. My problem is if you did something 15, 20 years ago that you know was not in your best interest and you have buyer's remorse, there's a different way of handling it. How you would have handled it is you would not have mentioned Beyonce's name. You would have mentioned, because you know that Beyonce purchased that clip or that segment or that portion of your song rightfully from the individuals you sold it to. So your beef is not with Beyonce, it is with Pharrell. So if you had tweeted, hey Pharrell, remember that contract verbally we agreed to, that when it got to paper and on the paper it says that these are all the terms, nothing we said verbally will trump this. Any modifications to this contract has to be in writing and all parties must agree on the modifications. And now you want to talk about terms that we verbally agreed to or that you verbally understood, and our written agreement was executed after our verbal conversation. You're playing games. Kelis, whoever you are and however you want to pronounce your name. I think it's disingenuous for you to have agreed to something when you were desperate to become a star or desperate to engage in the music industry and then come back now and want to make Beyonce your victim. In some countries and in certain cultures, we would call that taking other people's fat and frying me. She took the fat that belongs to somebody else and wanted to fry Beyonce. And I would have done exactly what Beyonce did. Yeah, I think she did. I think she did it because she figured Beyonce's name is big.
No. If she's been arguing about this for a long period of time, and now I'm in this argument with Pharrell for years or however long the period of time has been, and then the same song that I'm arguing about, Beyonce just takes it, and I'm already arguing about it.
First of all, she didn't take it. She didn't take it. She purchased it.
Just go with what I'm saying. I understand purchase, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying I'm going off the emotions right now. The issue that I had with the song, we're arguing about now. I don't know if it's in court. I don't know where it's at, but
I don't think it can be in court because she doesn't own the rights to it.
Well,
and she can't file a breach of contract against Pharrell.
Well, okay. So
she's not in court.
So
she's never gonna be.
Here's
court of public opinion, I guess.
Here's where the issue is, right? This is where the issue lies. Sure, it's an argument in public opinion, and this is also. Let's start from the beginning. Your assumption is that she understood what that contract meant. When the studio lawyers or whoever comes through and goes through this stuff, and you've never seen a single thing, and you don't know what publishing and what breakdown is and whatever is, these are just empty, hollow words, and you're understanding this as, all right, based on what we talked about.
That's what this means.
Based on these things are being said, I'm assuming that's what this means. When you give me the songwriting credit and your two names are there as the producer, yeah, you're all the producers who made the beat. Maybe that's 3333. You don't understand what publishing is. So you have to come from a space of, it could be possible that she was ignorant to what all this meant. And you're the best attorney in the world, so you're going to explain what it is. But someone else who's an attorney for the production label who is trying to, I don't want to say deceive, but leave them as ignorant as they came in and just explain, like, you understand this, right? Yeah, it's very simple. It's going to have a sway on someone who is ignorant to what's going on.
Right.
So their knowledge of that contract, I'm not going to hold that to you too much, right? As long as when you figure out that you don't own that and that's not what it is, and you're calling it out and you're saying, hey, and you've been consistently calling it out, then you're good with, I understand you have beef with them, right? Now, remember, her comments were not necessarily targeted at Beyonce, but at the trio. She's saying, all right, these two are ignorant because they know we have beef over what the rights of this song is and who should get paid and what should get paid. And Beyonce should know that we have beef because this is a big thing in the industry that Pharrell and I have this issue over my whole
And Nas and Jay-Z were best friends back in the day, and I'm pretty sure when that song was out, she was with Nas at the time.
Yeah,
I think so. I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing in like side facts.
Yeah,
Beyonce not in evidence.
No, these are in evidence. Nas and Jay-Z was like
the conversation, them being best friends or having a friendship.
They're in the industry
does not
together.
mean that
she's just adding possible context of
they're in the industry together. Nas and Jay-Z were best friends.
Right, so
that's when
you're
the song
assuming that a conversation
you're also
regarding
assuming that she understood what the contract meant.
Well, I have to assume that because when you sign something stating that you understood it,
that's your legal brain talking.
I have to assume that.
We're using layman terms.
No, we're not using layman for somebody who's.
We're on the Diva side now.
I'm over here on the court side. That's the Diva side over there.
Right.
Okay. So Diva over there, court over here.
Marsha, these are circumstantial facts.
No, they're not circumstantial
These
facts.
are circumstantial
Her
facts.
signature is on a contract that I can go pull and show you. Her agreement is in writing, and I can show you what she wants to allege years after.
This is
whether
not
it was
years after.
No. My point is,
facts not in evidence.
Okay,
they've been having this issue.
So, what year did she raise this issue, and what did her attorneys do about it?
After they're going to say the same
no
thing
one knows.
Said.
No one knows.
It's after the album is released and she understands that she's not in charge of the publishing of this. This is when the beef arises. Right? And this is, again, beside the fact that you tried to make a claim on, is that you cannot say that anyone who signs any document fully understands the meaning of the document just because they signed it. Those are two separate
people signing plea agreements and have no clue.
In the court of law, yes, of course the court is going to say, you
everything.
should have known.
You know everything. You know what that word that you ain't never seen before meant.
What else do you know about that? The court is going to say that because you put your name in. That's how the court has to look at things in order to proceed through the legal system. Or there would be no legal system to have because it would just be about feeling.
That's my point. And she's all about feeling, and that's why she lose.
No, but we're not here on the legal side. We're talking about what's right on the Diva side, according to your great co-host.
That's the Diva over there. This is the court over here.
Well,
that's fine.
That's the whole point.
Well, that's fine. Well, she's not mad at Beyonce for the legal side. She mad at Beyonce for the artist side.
I don't owe you nothing. Beyonce owes her nothing.
So if somebody took a Destiny's Child song where Beyonce was all say my name, doing all of that or doing whatever they wanted, and then come and talk to Beyonce about it, it would be a problem.
Not for me. I would be saying the same thing about Beyonce.
Talking about the court.
No, but that's what I'm saying. My position would not change if those facts were in evidence. Okay? So if Beyonce has a song that she sang that she sold the rights to and somebody else is sampling it and they purchased the sample from the person she sold it to, Beyonce should not be tweeting anything.
We're not disagreeing about that part. No, we're disagreeing about the Kelis having feelings about it. We're not disagreeing.
She can have all the feelings she wants. I don't think her feelings should be directed towards Beyonce. It should stay where it belongs.
Her feelings are not directed towards Beyonce.
Her comment
Beyonce be it that Beyonce use her vocal cords and of a song that she has a dispute with, and Beyonce is a big enough name to shine a light on the situation. It's not that my beef is with Beyonce. It's just, this can shine a light on what I've been dealing with.
I have no duty to shine a light on nothing you have beef with somebody
Beyonce's
about.
a public figure. She don't get to say who can use her name.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, why would I have to help her? I don't have a duty to help you.
She's not asking Beyonce.
Yes, she is. She is saying that what you should have done is help me fight Pharrell by coming to me.
When did she say that? Are those facts not in evidence?
Yes, it is.
Trust me. I'm just giving you possible. Remember, you just
no.
She just gave possible. She just gave possible.
I thought you was the court side.
Girl, I'm going Diva with you. Let me switch over to the Diva side.
I thought you supposed to be over there shooting basketball hoops. Court side.
Let me go to the Diva side.
You need to make it clear.
Let me go to the Diva side and use your analogy and your mindset and how you want to proceed.
Make your position
which is trying to infer friendships, and in the friendships years ago they must have said something about this. That's my point.
I didn't say
with Jay-Z. With Beyonce.
But
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's the difference.
I don't care.
Just take what I say and create your own conclusion when I didn't say that.
That's my point. Is Beyonce can be aware of any beef you want to have with anybody. This is a business. I am running a business. If there is a product that I think would fit well with what I'm pushing out, and I pay for it lawfully, and I get it from the person who own it, I don't care.
So why she take it off then?
Because
she know that it was a little sketchy.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why she took it off. I think she took it off.
Beyonce, first of all, off of the strip that you Beyonce, and Beyonce gave a shout out to Lizzo, and Beyonce gave a shout out to this person and that person and this person. Why you can't say, Kelis, I'm about to put your song on when they end these circles?
Let me tell you something. You know why I think those. Sense. You know why I think those women came out? Because Beyonce didn't tell them she was gonna shout them out, and she shouted them out anyway. Now Lizzo could have come on there and say, "How dare you shout me out? You could have at least called me and tell me you were gonna say something positive about me." What's her name?
That is not
Jill Scott. No, that's what you just said.
No,
Jill Scott could come out.
Woo.
Look, Jill Scott could come out and say, Beyonce, how dare you talk positively about me? You should have consulted me first before you said something about me.
Says that.
That's
her
the point.
Voice. No.
Kelis said it.
Hold on.
And the only reason she said it because she's jealous.
No.
It has to be rising from jealousy.
You created this whole
jealousy about the fact that she thinks Beyonce is going to make some money. And my voice... And my voice
showed up.
My voice should not be on anything, although I sold my voice.
Jealous. Why would she be jealous?
Because she's mad that Beyonce is going to make money off of this song.
No, Beyonce been making money. She's not jealous.
That's why Beyonce said, let me show you how this works. I'll take your voice out.
But it didn't affect her money.
No. But that's the point but nobody now will hear your voice. Bye. Goodbye.
But
adios.
Okay. Again, let me point this one thing out.
What's your
line is? What's your line that you've broadened because you want to make a bigger point that isn't relative? Is that there is a difference between business and art, and that's where the lines are crossing right here, and this is where this battle is taking place, because this is a question of, hey, this is my art that we put out that I should have some say in because this is what I was told and this is what it should have been. Every artist is going to relate with that fight.
Right.
The other side is the business side, which is what you're talking about, which is the side that I think we all agree on. She doesn't really have a place to put anything in here. This is all about whether foot, leg, both work.
She ain't even got a toe.
The only way she could get any credit back, right? The only way she could get any credit back is that Pharrell and Hugo, out the kindness of their heart, give her a portion.
And if I was them, I wouldn't give her nothing. I would give her the middle finger.
All right, Karan.
That's what she would get. She didn't go about it the right way.
No, the reason why you don't understand, and remember, they've already been arguing about this right now, is that you're not an artist. You've never been in that art realm. You don't understand. This is like your first delve into art and understanding what you did to put behind it and how creativity and being creative and how that works and how using other people's things works. This is the first attempt at that. And it's a different space that kind of is, it doesn't agree with business 100% because there's additional rules that come.
Well, let me tell you something.
Intellectual property.
Sweetheart, stop selling your damn art and stop signing contracts to give your art away and then turn around and complain that somebody bought your art and now they're selling it for what they want. That's no different from me selling you a car and I put some rims on it and then somebody said, Marsha, can I rent the car? And they rent the car and now you complaining.
Okay,
Marsha didn't pay me the rightful price.
Again,
the price of that car was supposed to be $20,000. She only paid me $5,000.
Let me give you a better example.
And now she
your
renting it.
example sucks. Her stance.
Why? Because my example is too good.
Your attorney, you have been my attorney. I have a trusting relationship with you that you got me, you holding me down, right? We talk about, all right, we gonna split this, we gonna do this, we gonna do this, the show gonna blow up, blah, 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 blah. Here's the contracts, we talked about it, all right, boom, boom, boom. Now, I'm signing it because I already know you got my back, we already talked about it, da-da-da-da-da. In my business mind, as a grown woman, I would read it. But as a child, I'm like, oh yeah, she's been my attorney and she's been so good to me and this and this. And we've been doing this and we already been creating stuff and we've been doing this. And I signed it. And now when I get on my sheets, I see my credits. But when it comes to the publishing deal, when I'm trying to get the money that we talked that we was splitting, I get nothing.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse on any level.
Again, this is where it comes in as like, if you want to look at the law side, fine, but then don't punish her as for feeling her way on the artistic
Feel your
side.
way, but leave Beyonce's name out of your mouth because it has nothing to. She bought it. She paid for it.
No, what
she
again?
paid for
what
your
you don't
art.
Understand is you're correct on the business side. That's fine, but on the artistic side, any artist would be like, "That's Beyonce. That's
kind of shady.
That's messed up."
Hence, why she took her off the song.
Because I don't want you to get any credit.
I was like, you know what? Let me listen to this song, and I went to play it, and I was just like, Milkshake was one of my favorite songs. So I'm like, well, I hear maybe the music a little bit, but why would she be mad? Because she ain't made the beat. Why she mad? Like, Beyonce ain't saying her words.
Listen
not
to
even
me.
a quarter
I don't
piece.
even think.
So I heard the song, and I didn't hear it. So I'm like, I don't understand why Kelis mad about it. But then when I was told that she was taking off the song, it made me think like, well, why? Beyonce, if you so right, if everything you did was A-O-F-N mother K, then why you take old girl off?
Because I want to show you better than I can tell you that I don't need your voice on nothing I push out to make my millions. You are with the basketball. What did the reality star say? You're a
I don't think of Pharrell. I think of Kelis. I never even thought that Pharrell produced the song.
Let me ask you a
question. Until I
question.
was said, Pharrell produced the song.
How many songs that people sing that they don't own that you think of the producer or the owner when you hear it? None.
Exactly. So it does not benefit her. It still benefits Kelis.
That's why I'm saying Kelis should have sat down and take the benefit of somebody hearing her voice on a Beyonce song.
Because I don't need her, but you do need her because her
no, you
song
don't
is
need
still
her.
on there.
You don't need her.
You did because her song's still on there. We're talking about it right now. So Kelis now has an opening for all the Beyonce haters because there's a lot of those too who are going to be like, all right, and now she got an opening to put out something now. And she's been a writer.
She had a better opening if she had left it on Beyonce's song because I would have played her stuff just because I heard it on Beyonce's song. But the fact that she came out and did this, and I'm like, I don't want to hear none of your shit. None of it.
I like Milkshake. Boy. And she bringing something hard like Milkshake again. I'll listen to it.
Look at here.
Good music is good music. You still listen to R. Kelly?
Let me ask you a question.
Did you answer that question?
Milk, I'm lactose intolerant, girl.
Do you still listen to R. Kelly?
Your milkshake is making me lactose.
Separate the artist
milkshake
from the.
I did, and that's why I was willing to listen to her voice on Beyonce's album.
But you didn't have a problem with it until you heard.
So now that Beyonce took it off, I don't have to.
Here's the scenario.
Okay, hold on. Would I have listened to it even though this controversy came out if her voice was on it? Yes. Is that what you're asking?
No, what I'm asking is, in comparison, that you said when we talk about the R. Kelly, you can separate the artist from the issue, right? So there's an issue with Beyonce. Kelis was on it. She mad about it.
She's no longer on it.
She's no longer on it. So, and now you're saying, I don't want to listen to her music anyway.
Okay, so first of all, if I were a fan of hers, then I probably could listen to it. But I didn't even know her name. I didn't even know her name until Beyonce.
You definitely did not know her name.
But
you know it now.
I don't I don't even know it today. Okay.
What's her name?
What's
her name?
Look what Mr. Wonderful says. She's dead to me.
What's her name though? What's her name? Pronounce.
Dead to me. That's her new name. Dead to me. Let me tell you something. People need to stop wanting to hold themselves accountable. This world is now full of individuals who think they can just make excuses for decisions that they made in the past.
I think
and
Beyonce
nobody
was an
wants to be held
opportunity.
accountable.
I think Beyonce was just an opportunity. I don't even think it was supposed to even. It wasn't even
to be
about
honest
Beyonce.
with you, I don't even
like
think Beyonce probably was even involved in that push, that piece that they put in there. Oh, I think this might sound good.
No,
Listen
if you
to this.
know that
Listen to
somebody
this.
else's song, if Stevie Wonder's song is on your music, you know Stevie Wonder's song is on your music.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. Put your listening ear on.
The people have.
My point is this.
because I have heard many artists. I wanted to go to Michael Jackson and use Michael Jackson's song, so I went directly to Michael Jackson to ask him for his song. Like these are and I get the business aspect.
That's when the song is owned by Michael Jackson.
That,
when the song is not owned by Michael Jackson.
It's the respect
let me ask you a question.
for the work. It's the respect for the work.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me see if you respect this. If Beyonce went to her, could she give Beyonce permission to put that song in there legally? No. You see how your face look?
No, but
no.
Once again,
so why am I asking you when you can't give me permission to use the song anyway?
In the realm of business.
No, this is business she's talking about. She is saying I can't make business money.
No,
it's all about money for her.
The point.
Why are we faking it?
No.
Why are we acting like Kelis ain't talking about money?
Because you're talking about something different.
She's not talking about principle. She's talking about money. I'm not making no money, and Beyonce shouldn't be doing it.
Her beef is not with Beyonce over the money. Her beef is with Pharrell over the money.
And her beef is Beyonce is going to make money knowing that I have beef with them about my money.
It's about the artistry.
Bull crap.
It's
bull
in front of you.
crap.
You've made the narrative, and if you want to go with it, and any other the audience members, any other diva courtists, I don't know what to call us. Courtists. The courtisans.
Bailiffs.
There we go. The courtisans.
The court is in.
Yeah,
the court is in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't want our listeners to think that we're actually mad at each other. We're not.
We are.
When Karan show up, ain't no telling. Shout out to Jay-Z. You see how I did that? It's that simple. It's just that simple.
But you didn't ask his permission before you did it, so he's upset. You didn't give him any credit.
She didn't give him no credit.
You didn't give him his money.
She didn't put Kelis on at all.
So here's the other aspect.
She can't get credit.
That brings in a little bit of like perspective, a little bit more for you and Kelis. Fans are saying, "Oh snap, she collabed with Kelis." And Kelis is like, no,
she didn't. It's just like that song with
So Kelis get to be ignorant about signing her contracts, but her fans can't be ignorant about whether she collabed.
Song with Mariah Carey and
yeah,
which you can tell that they collabed. Again, I was like, oh, look at her doing Mariah Carey song. I'm feeling it. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? When I heard, that's why I was just kind of like, I wasn't really feeling Kelis because I'm like, dude, like. Milkshake really ain't on here. But then knowing that Beyonce took it off just indicates like you did something that you felt maybe I should make it.
How do you know Beyonce didn't take it off to be retaliatory? How you don't know she's got mad because
there's nothing to take away.
No. How do you know Beyonce's motive? I'm talking about the motive. Hold on. How do you know her motive was not a nasty motive instead of an admission?
Because her PR face is never to do anything nasty.
Oh, you talking about?
She's not a nasty girl. Shout out to Miss Jackson if she's nasty.
You didn't ask Miss Jackson's permission.
But I gave her a shout out.
But you cannot shout out because I was shouting Kelis out on my song.
If she would have gave Kelis a shout out, be it on the paperwork or on the song, I'm pretty sure Kelis, knowing that, hey, I don't have any legal right, will probably not be mad about it.
Girl, she trying to get the chick. Sit down.
No, it's not about the chick.
All about the money.
It's not about
Anytime you find an angry person, check the money. Follow the money. Follow the money.
Because there's always going to be angry people around money.
She's not mad at Beyonce about the money.
And that's my point. When you're mad at Pharrell about the money, don't use Beyonce as a pawn. Don't use her.
Beyonce is about being the artist. And you can't, you're not willing to put yourself in the artist realm. as far as what is proper.
Y'all give benefit of doubt around here, so I'm going to give Beyonce the benefit of the doubt,
and you give
that she was trying to do something good, and that people no good deed goes unpunished, and she probably felt like Kelis could use it to come up, but Kelis decided to use it to come off.
Too far.
Right.
Let's go way
to
too
come
far.
off. She doing all that, she should have gave her a credit then. She was doing all of that, and she was doing all of this that you're saying she doing, she should have gave her a credit. Or at least a shout out to Kelis.
She was doing it.
Boo, how about you get on the song
to come up?
Whoa.
And instead,
how about you
she
get
did
on
it
the
to come off.
And that's even worse.
I don't want you. I don't want you on my song.
That's even worse.
That's why I took you out.
Prior to us beefing, or because there's really no beef, but prior to it being a beef, I know I'm about to use something like Milkshake. Everybody collab all the time. If it was Lizzo, she would have put Lizzo on the song. Why you ain't put Kelis on the song?
Lizzo owns it.
Because now let's get into the fake news. Okay, this is fake news. Maybe Jay-Z and Nas is still beefing, right? And Jay-Z is like, I don't want to put no money in that pocket of that nigga's child because you know. And then she like, all right, boo, I'm going to do what you say.
Let me tell you, this chocolate edible is amazing.
Let's not give her no money. You know what I'm gonna do? You know she beefing with Pharrell. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take it and not give her no credit. And then when she get mad, I'm gonna take that bitch off. Fuck that bitch. That's how you.
This is a great story. This is just as good.
Oh my God!
That's how you come
off.
What
is that? Who is that?
That's my impression of Karan, a.k.a. Marsha.
Is that Donna?
Danae.
Donna.
Danae.
Dumma.
Get my name right. Danae.
Dumay. She said Dumay.
So that would be,
ladies and gentlemen,
that would be
Diva Dumay.
Insane. That would be the worst case scenario. The best.
That would be fake news. That's fake news.
It was like, you know what? Beyonce was probably like, you know what? It's not even that serious.
I don't have time for the foolishness. Take that girl off.
You know,
take that girl
maybe
off.
I could have did something different, but I don't want to get involved. I'm just gonna take her off and I'll just leave the beat on there. And guess what? At the end of the day, the beat is still on there. And when people hear that beat,
and she owns the beat
think about Milkshake.
She owns the beat too.
And then they'll go listen to Milkshake, and that still gives the door open for Kelis.
All Kelis did was make Beyonce's song get listened to by more people, because I would not have listened to the song.
But guess what? It makes them listen to Milkshake too.
And she didn't get no more money.
Because it's like, well, let me listen to Milkshake right quick. But she don't get paid for that.
She don't get no money.
Bye-bye. She didn't get no credit for the vocals.
Bye-bye.
The only time you get money afterwards is your publishing, right?
Bye-bye. You sold it.
But you know what she does get? She get relevance. And relevance can be currency.
Oh, that's so what you saying?
Relevance
any
can
publicity
be
is good publicity? Trumpets?
Relevance can be currency.
Trumpets?
Like, I mean, the BeyHive is not going to listen to you.
Trumpets.
But guess what? I like Milkshake.
They'll still listen. They'll just say they didn't on the internet.
They'll just say they didn't. Everybody like Milkshake. That song hit. That song hit, but guess what? And that Quiet
her
as It's
song
Kept,
might have hit, but she missed.
This is not the only time that somebody had an issue with Beyonce. They had the issue with Anne Marie. Anne Marie, you remember Anne Marie? She did that one song. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who did Crazy in Love was supposed to give it to Anne Marie because it was Anne Marie's sound, and they ended up giving it to Beyonce. And Anne Marie said, "Oh, Beyonce kind of took,
Oh, get out of here! That's people talking about taking my sound. That's not your sound if you don't own it.
If you listen to it,
so you own bars now, and anything that sounds.
It's like
again, you're not using your artistic brain. We
gotta get enough. It's like when Lil Wayne was rapping, everybody wanted to sound like Lil Wayne, so everybody behind them tried to sound like Lil Wayne. When Drake was rapping and he was doing, I got an even better one. When Ja Rule was rap singing, Ja Rule changed the game to where at first they was clowning him, but everybody started rap singing just like Ja Rule. So when there's a sound like the Migos, when that sound starts to hit,
so does that mean Ja Rule needs to jump up and say, you have to consult with me? You have to consult with me first. You can't purchase that from Dana.
No,
Dana owns it. You can't purchase it.
What he said was, y'all niggas was clowning me about rap singing. Now everybody doing it and they don't want to give me my credit. And that's what she's saying.
No, that's not what she said. That's different.
Artistically.
That's different. That's different.
Not in the contract.
No,
business
she's talking
credit,
about
not
money.
in the business credit.
She's talking about money.
She's
artistic.
talking about
She's talking
that
about money.
with Pharrell, not with Beyonce.
She's talking about it with Beyonce too.
You know what I'm saying?
She's trying to say Beyonce's
you know
making
what?
money up off my song and knows
number-
that they stole it.
Case number
and knows that they stole it.
Because for the artist, ART 5678 is a different case compared to case number BUS 6792. It's
No,
a different case. You
no.
can't argue both at the same time.
Let me tell you something. Case number BULLSHIT is dismissed. Alex Jones did not get his case dismissed though.
He sure did.
He got a $45 million plus verdict
Woo!
against him.
You know what's even bad? It was a default judgment.
No, it wasn't. He had a trial.
No, it was a
It was
default
not.
judgment. It was a default judgment.
He forgot to file an
He
answer
said, F this. I ain't doing
after
nothing.
all that
This- yeah,
testimony
this-
at trial
This
They
was
would
a
know it.
testimony only for
yeah.
the
for damages.
Damages. This is
Oh
the
my
damage.
God,
Now that's what
how
you did.
could you, sir?
Right.
No. His lawyers are negligent. Oh, that's a bar complaint.
Only-
that's a lawsuit.
Only if
he hired lawyers.
he hired
Oh,
lawyers.
you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot people do that. Oh, I got sued and served. This is crap. I'm not going to
I
answer
ain't
this.
doing nothing.
I'm going to ignore
He
it.
probably is on his show like, F that. I ain't doing nothing. They ain't going to take me to court. That, doop, 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 doop.
Wow.
Oh,
Dumb,
what he
dumb,
said.
dumb.
Facts not in evidence, but I'm
dumb,
just saying.
dumb, dumb, dumb. So all they had to stay focused on was just the
Just
money.
Where the money reside? Okay. Can't sing
Wow.
this song for real.
Yeah, that's
She don't know who to give credit
I
to.
sure don't. I don't know. Should I
hey,
give
you be
credit to the
careful.
car company?
Be careful.
I know. I don't know if I should get into
You don't
the
know
car
who owns
company.
it.
The guy who came out the trunk? I don't know. I don't know.
You might get a Twitter, okay? Kelis might come for you. Alex Jones,
Hey,
though,
Kelis
sir.
comes for me, baby. Give us that clouds. Get that
Wow.
energy. I'm with it.
Help her over there.
I'm with it. Girl, if Beyonce
Alex
came
Jones.
for us, we'd be like, yes. Come on, Beyonce. Come
Why?
on.
Because she got nothing to get.
But we'll get all the publicity. Come on, BeyHive.
Her verdict
Come for it. Let me
would
just
be-
say this so we get the BeyHive mad at us for quick. I don't like Beyonce. She ain't better than Rihanna. She ain't even better than Kelis. Maybe the BeyHive can be on us and then we get all the hits. Yeah, that's what I said.
Look,
Try me
Beyonce.
if you want to.
If you get a verdict against that diva, honey, it'll be just as nothing. Zero.
Come get these $0.
Look, 100% of nothing, Beyonce,
$0.
is nothing. You will be collecting zero.
All my stuff is in
Look,
trust.
she is not an Alex. Look, in God you
all my
trust,
stuff is in trust.
and that would be
okay?
in God she trusts.
Trust and believe. There is nothing. There
In
is
God she trusts. That's the trust she's talking
nothing. And
about.
believe there is zero. Find it if you want to. You're going to be spending more money looking
Look,
for
Beyonce,
it.
her verdict will not be like Alex Jones's
It will
verdict.
not.
His verdict can be collected based on the reports that
Oh,
he's worth
we might
millions.
we might have to set up a trust for me because once we pop off, I can't be responsible for half of the stuff I'm gonna be saying. They all gonna be trying to sue.
You trying to get judgment proof?
I need to get judgment proof. Can we set up a consultation for a trust? I need to put all.
Look, well, Alex Jones didn't trust that complaint, and he should have had a trust because that verdict, if he doesn't, is a lot of money he's going to have to pay. I don't even see appeal in that making sense because that's just the damages portion. I mean, unless he files a motion for new trial and allege that the verdict was excessive and hope that the trial court, but that judge,
How's the verdict excessive when he ain't?
no, but the judge was angry with him. There were clips that she was saying to him, this is not your show. You have to tell the truth because he was being impeached. And when they were impeaching him, of course, that means regular people, a lie. He would testify that he was bankrupt, and the judge was like, you cannot say that again from the stand. You've been impeached. You're not bankrupt. You have money. Stop lying. Stop lying. This
She's
is
gonna
not
put
your
his
show.
ass in contempt.
Well, she didn't. Most judges don't even use contempt. People get up there and lie all the time. If they were doing contempt, they know they would have to lock up 90% of the cops that take
Ooh,
the
so are you
stand.
telling me I could lie on the stand?
Well, be careful.
I
now.
lied for you.
I did not say.
Give me a chair and shout out to Foxy Burner.
I did not say
You see how I did that?
if you
Beyonce, you see how I did that, right?
No, you didn't ask Foxy's permission.
I gave her
Beyonce,
a shout out.
you better take it off. Beyonce said, take it out the clip.
I gave her a shout out.
Beyonce said, keep up. You're going to have to take some of them Diva Court clips and edit it.
It's going to be like, nope.
They be like, what did she say? What did she say? After that, we had to take it out. Thank you very much.
Just blur my mouth.
Yeah,
and
cover
go,
your lips. $45 million verdict plus. And there are other judgments and suits to come. I bet he answered the rest of them.
I have a quick question. So when they beat people on, I feel like it's discrimination because
When they beat people
on TV shows, like when they be cussing like and F this and da, they never really blur out their mouths.
So you can still read what they say?
Deaf people who read lips can see what they
Look,
say.
hearing people that read lips can understand what they say.
I know, but deaf people really can. So that's
Everybody
like
can.
discrimination
Most people
against
can.
the hearing.
Are you serious?
I'm just saying.
You saying that's a discriminatory because the people who are hard of
Let
hearing
me tell you
still
who'll
get to
take
read
that
it?
suit. Alex Jones' lawyer.
So I can get that default
No.
judgment.
Alex will not answer that suit because he said that's
His lawyer's
bull.
like, I need a turnaround. I need a quick win.
I need a quick
'Cause
win.
This
I need a quick
one's
win.
a little heavy.
They're gonna file a suit against you.
You're gonna have to file a suit.
All right.
Against
So the parents. Did you see the parents' testimony?
Oh, would it be the F? What is it? The FAA,
FCC.
FC,
FCC.
FCC. You gotta file a lawsuit against the FCC.
Because I was like FAA.
That's
Where
flights.
we going with that?
That's flights. The FAA has some issue with apparently flights and stuff. They deal with airplanes. I knew it started with an F.
She thinks.
I think.
That's
I'm like
that's
76% sure.
that's not a part of the hooked on phonics we talked about in the other episodes.
Which is, if your doctor said, I'm 76% sure
when we do the surgery.
when we do this surgery, what you like? What you about to say?
No thanks.
I'm going to pass. Second opinion, please. Check, please.
So let me get back to what
Alex
we were
Jones.
talking
Like, you
about,
need to stay
Mr.
on
Jones,
track, honey.
because this girl right here, I'm
Stay on
telling
track,
you,
honey.
she can't keep it on the
Do a better job
of keeping you reined in.
Exactly.
Okay, let me rein her back in. I don't know what he's going to do to pay that money. If I were him, I'd try to start negotiating settlement because you could do settlement negotiations post judgment. Okay, you could sit down with the other side and say, "Look, I don't have 45 million, but I can give you 20. How about 20? Will you take 20 and we just shut it down? No appeals, no moving on. You just take the check." I felt bad for the parents though. When you saw the testimony of the mother and the father, he had said things like that they were actors. They're grieving the death of their son, and he was on the air making money off of conspiracy theory talk on talk radio, just pushing it out. The mother was like, and you didn't stop. Even after this lawsuit, you didn't stop. And she was asking why? Like, why would you do that? Truth is the basis of this country. Truth is how the world, runs. If without truth, where are we?
Truth is in the eye of the beholder.
No, truth better be in your mouth, or you're going to be Alex Jones and get you a nice
The truth is whatever you
verdict.
think the truth is.
No, these days people want you to think the truth is whatever you think the truth is. But that's why you go with the fake news.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Parkland jury gets to tour in order to determine if Nicholas Cruz should receive the death penalty. I thought that was ludicrous, absurd, a sham, a mockery, a shamokery. To have preserved the school exactly how it looked the day of the incident for 4 years. Here's why they could preserve it. They had made a decision that they were not going to reopen the school and they're not going to build it down. That it was so tragic that they're going to destroy the building. So the prosecutors made the decision to preserve it exactly as it was for trial. This judge allowed the jury to go over there with the crushed glass, the broken glass.
Was the defendant there too?
No, he waived his presence. And that's the best decision his lawyers ever made. No, they made two good decisions. One, he pled so that there was no trial. Two, he waived being present at the scene, which is smart. Do not torment these people. Do not play with these people.
Oh yeah, he was gonna definitely be.
No, but your goal as his attorney is to save his life. That's all they're doing right now.
I was just saying, like, he would have got the death penalty there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Probably. Those
there.
people probably would have been so angry.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you say to jurors, I'm going to let you tour the school. Don't use any of it.
pictures ain't good enough. Video ain't good enough.
That's my point. My point, because I was on Court TV addressing the case, as I do as a guest on Court TV every week. Check me out there too, listeners. And I was speaking about how crime scene evidence is usually presented in the manner of photographs, in the matter of video footage, and in the matter of testimony, expert testimony or law enforcement testimony. To have allowed them to go to the scene and then give them a curative instruction that says, do not have an emotional reaction to what you see. You must still decide this case based on the facts. What?
Isn't that like a probative versus?
Of course, it's more prejudicial than it is probative for you to allow them to do that. And then they had 19 victims and they had 19 family members, sometimes 2 and 3 individuals from a family, testify. And I'm like, why is she swearing these people? Because when you're talking about victim families, victim impact statements, you don't swear those individuals. They just come up to the podium and they tell you how this case has affected their lives, how the death of their family member or their loved ones have affected their lives. She had these people swearing before they sat in the jury box to tell the jurors how the death of their loved one affected them. I'm like, what are we doing? Then she started wearing nighttime eyeshadow on her eyes.
What?
As if she was, go look at the footage, as if she was auditioning for a judge show. I'm like, ma'am, this is.
Do you think this, if they come back with the death penalty, you think it's going to be overturned?
I think it is.
Yeah.
She did too much. She sustained every objection from the defense for the prosecution to enter cumulative evidence. Cumulative evidence, listeners, is this picture of the same scene, this picture of the same scene, this picture of the same scene. You're not supposed to do that because it does have a prejudicial effect on jurors. And she did all of that throughout the trial, no matter how they objected. They objected to go into the scene. They did not object if the state wanted to use photographs or video footage instead. She overruled them on that. She didn't grant any objections for them. And she did everything the state wanted. So I don't know if this is on purpose because they've never had precedent like this before, and she wants the Court of Appeals to be able to address everything all at once, or she just wanted just one side appealing her and not having the state trying to argue anything because she granted everything the state asked for, and she just wants the defense only to go up. I don't know what the game plan was, but I've never seen it before. My guess is that she's an inexperienced judge. She appears to be young, but it's not uncommon for people to take the bench, although they're inexperienced as it pertains to the practice of law. So I don't see how that's going to work out well for them. And, kudos to her, but I think that's going to be an appellate issue. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
There's no right way to do a wrong thing.
Ain't no way. I don't know who sang that.
Phony Braxton.
I thought that was good, right? I thought that sound was a little nice.
No, listeners, I'm going to put you out your misery. I'm not going to let you hear that one more time. So because of that, we're going to close.
I don't know if I want to drink to that.
I want to close on that note.
Can we close out on saying that?
No, we're going to close. Let me close for you like you did last week.
I was going to just say that let the Lord's will be done with that Parkland thing. Because I get it. Like, let him be judged based off of the basic standard of what you need to be judged by. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just overdo it.
They overdid it. They overdid it.
It didn't need to be overdone.
And we're not drinking the overdoing. We're drinking the closing your song out.
I'm drinking to that. I'm going to sing to the end.
Ladies and gentlemen listening, we're both. And as we say here on Diva Court, we'll drink to that.
Did y'all hear that?
I don't understand.
I don't know why I do that. I don't know why.
Please look out for our episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe.
Where they?
Find us on Spotify. That's where they at. Find us on Apple Podcasts. That's where they at.
Where they at?
Find us on Google Podcasts.
You can Google us.
That's where they at.
Where they at?
Also find us each week on YouTube.
Yes.
Where we push videos out for you. And you can put the pretty to match it to the voice. Every Wednesday. Subscribe. Do
that, please.
And on that note, here at Diva Court, We'll drink to that.
How many times we gonna drink?
We drink a lot. Look, I'm not eating your edibles. I get to drink to that.
We got to drink to that.